as far as, Warlord is concerned, I know you guys have some shows that are basically planned, and where does, what do you have planned and booked so far, as far as where you guys are going to be playing? And do you plan on playing any shows, maybe a couple shows here in the States?
Well, absolutely. Our big problem, and it's not really going to be a problem, but the big problem is like no one wanted, not that no one wanted to book them, but no one knew what the band was going to be like. It's not a band it wasn't like Saxon where you knew what you were going to get, you know? So no one knew. So we were trying to put these gigs together, and we did. And we're playing a couple festivals at the end of August. We're lucky enough to be headlining a few of them, a couple smaller like gigs in Holland. Then we're going to Greece to play some kind of Mondo big festival that's like a Warlord festival. Going back to play, Italy and France in the middle of September, and then we've had an offer to go to Japan toward the end of December, end of September. So what the plan is to get this going, and as you know, as I know, you got to get like the little video clips up on YouTube, and you get them on Facebook, and get the buzz going. It's like, wow, this band is really something. And I'll be very honest, we have two guitar players that could be my kids as far as age-wise. So there's going to be kind of a youthful exuberance. I don't think guys are going to be running all across the stage, but it's going to be going to be good. I mean, I've seen videos already of these guys playing together and working on songs, and Giles will hold his own, and Bino's an animal. So Jimmy's going to have to get used to playing behind the drum riser, but that's okay. Hey, Ozzy's guy did no. Jimmy. Like I said, these are guys that like you don't have to worry about like when you say something. Am I going to offend him? Is he going to understand what I'm talking about? None of that. So it'll be great. It's gonna be rocking. I can tell you that.
It's interesting. You brought up how Warlord really didn't play like tons of gigs, and it was like the band would put some records out, and then you wouldn't hear from them for a while. Then a release of some kind would come out. So it wasn't like they were putting out Warlord was putting out albums every 2 years. So you go and put these videos up. We haven't heard much from the band, obviously in a very long time. Were there a lot more people into this than you probably thought, like as far as the response went when you started posting videos of the new album? And, like people that maybe had found the band and, because when you have a band that's kind of sporadically around, it's hard to gauge that. Right. And you're in a social media age, and were there numbers that surprised you at all?
Yes, I think what surprises me more, we've never really had the full-on assault of like what's going to happen now. Now it's going to be an assault. You have a label, good label, High Roller. They're putting the album out. They're going to work it. Obviously, we're doing interviews. We're going to go play live shows. We're doing the cycle. So we'll see what happens with that. But what gets me more is over the years where I hear about all these bands that say that they're so influenced by Warlord. And I mean, Hammerfall's a great example. Joachim and I are great friends, but they open their shows with "Child of a Dam," a Warlord song. So what does that tell you? Little influence. A lot of people have said, that the band has been a big influence. And I don't really like to put labels on things, but they say it was like one of the first American quote power metal bands. Now, whatever your definition of power metal band might be, but I'll take it, whatever. But yeah, we were kind of, Rainbow, Sabbath, Uriah Heepish kind of thingies where our head was kind of at. But Bill was just an original, and that's the real truth to the matter. He was an original, and way ahead of his time. And we were just kind of doing what we were doing. So if it's power metal, whatever. But I think it influenced a lot of people. The sound, we stole it from somebody. So if someone steals it from us, God bless, that's kind of what it's all about, so, but yeah, it's, I'm looking forward to just that thing of people hearing this live, which is so different than hearing it on a record.
Yeah.
And really having it, come through that PA and just rock the place.
Yeah. High Roller has always done a great job with not only a lot of they do a lot of reissues. I first heard of them when Jag Panzer had a whole bunch of stuff that was reissued, and I bought some of those, and they had this box set they put out, which completely blew my mind to how awesome this thing was. So
They're
No,
great. Yeah.
yeah, again, they do a great job on a lot of the reissues and stuff that they put out for bands, and it's kind of nice too, because you have a new album coming out through them, and they pretty much have reissued the whole back catalog, so
Absolutely.
it's all available from the same place.
Absolutely. And also the thing that you have to go back to is number one, they're just everything I can say is just completely positive. They did the album cover. They took it upon themselves to do it, which number one took the load off of us, which is great. And number two, they did an amazing job with it. They've just been great from the beginning, and it was kind of a no-brainer. Like where if like when we came to that point, it's like, well, do we want to go shopping or do we want to just go with High Roller? And it was just it was a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
They're like I said though, they've done and you've said they've done a lot of reissues. I'm not sure how many new issues they've really done. They're more of a reissue thing, but so far they've done an amazing job.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and if they design the album cover, looking at that album cover, that just looks like what would be a traditional Warlord album cover to begin with.
Absolutely.
There are people at the label that have liked the band probably for years.
That was my point. Getting old, I forget these things. The owner is a huge Warlord fan, which always helps.
Yeah.
Which always helps. So no, absolutely. They've been great all the way around the block with everything. I can't say one negative thing.